Hello, welcome to ANS Solver. This is the sixth question of the paper. As you can see, they have given us a probability density function. Okay, so this can basically be written as a into x raised to minus 2. Correct? When I take x square in the numerator, I can write it as a into x raised to minus 2. So now what I need to do is I need to show that b is equal to a over a minus 1. So I know if I integrate with the limits 1 and b, which are the maximum limits, and here I have a raised to x minus 2 dx, I know because it's a probability density function, my max area will be 1. Correct? So I need to integrate a into x raised to minus 2, which is simply a into x raised to minus 2 plus 1 over minus 2 plus 1 with the limits 1 and b, which is equal to 1. So I'll get a into x raised to minus 1 and minus 2 plus 1 will give me minus 1. So I'll get this, something like this. So now I can write this as minus a over x with the limits 1 and b is equal to 1. So first in the place of x, I'll put b. So I'll get minus a over b minus, now in the place of x, I'll put 1. So I'll get minus a over 1 is equal to 1. So now I can write this as minus a over b plus a, which is equal to 1, where a minus a over b is equal to 1. So now I can simply use your LCM. So I get ab minus a, okay, equals to, upon b equals to 1. So now I can write this as ab minus a equals to b, if I take b to that side. So now I'll just make a line here. Okay, so now I can state that I had ab minus a equals to b, correct? This is what I had. Yeah. Now I can take a common here to get b minus 1, which is equal to b. So I can write this as a equals to b over b minus 1. Now using simple algebra, I can state that b is equal to a over a minus 1. Correct? Because both of these are equivalent. So this is what I needed to prove basically. Now, given that the median of x is 3 over 2, okay, find the values of a over b. So they have told me my median is basically from 1 and I know my median is 3 over 2 here. My function is a raised to x minus 2, yeah, which we wrote here. Okay, and I know this is equal to 0.5 as it's the median. So now what I need to do is the integration of this is simply a into x raised to minus 2 plus 1, which suggests minus 1 over minus 1 with the limits 1 and 3 over 2 is equal to 0.5. So I can simply write this as minus a over x with the limits 1 and 3 over 2 is equal to 0.5. So first in the place of x, I'll put 3 over 2. So I'll get minus 2 by 3 a here, because when I get x as 3 over 2, I'll get 2 by 3, correct? Minus a over 1, which is equal to 0.5. So I can write this as minus 2 over 3a plus a is equal to 0.5. Sorry. So I can now remove my calci and I can simply do 1 minus 2 over 3, which is 1 over 3. So I'll get 1 over 3a equals to half. Correct? So my a I'll get as 3 over 2 basically. So now I know my b is equal to a over a minus 1. So b is equal to a, I know, is 3 over 2 over 3 over 2 minus 1. So the b I basically get is 1.5 over 1.5 minus 1, which is 0.5. So I get my value as b. So these are my two values for A and B. Now, use your values in A and B in part 2 to find the E of x. So the E of x is given by a formula x into the f of x with the limits 1 to the b, max limit basically. So I can basically integrate this from 1 to 3 because in part 2 I saw that b is equal to 3. So this is x into a raised to x minus 2 dx. So I can take a outside for some time with the integration from 1 to 3 with basically x into x raised to minus 2 dx. I know my a is simply 3 over 2 with the integration from 1 to 3, and this basically is x raised to 1 minus 2, correct, using simple indices because this is 1 here, dx. So now I can write this as 3 over 2 with the integration from 1 to 3 with x raised to 1 minus 2 is simply minus 1 dx. So I have 3 over 2 with the integration from 1 to 3 as 1 over x dx. Correct? So now I can simply write this as 3 over 2 with the integration 1 over x integration is simply ln x. Correct? So now I have my limits from 1 to 3. So what I can do is I can simply write this as 3 over 2. First I can put the upper limit which is ln 3 minus the lower limit which is ln 1. I know my ln 1 is simply 0. So this is 3 over 2 ln 3. So now I need my value for my mean. So what I can do is I can simply on the calci do 3 over 2 into ln 3, which will basically give my answer as 1.65, which is basically my E of x.